Hi, hello, welcome back to another challenge. Today is Monday. It is approximately 10:30 at night. I sleep in an hour, and just to record this intro bit, I did the whole makeup thing. I opened my hair, so you better appreciate this. This week's challenge is essentially me trying to read 50 pages every day. Does not sound a lot. I am very well aware that like by any stretch of the imagination that does not sound a lot, but at the same time, considering it is a full work week, again, unless and until I take an off on Saturday because I have to go somewhere or somebody is supposed to come here, things are not set in stone yet, so Saturday is still question mark, but full work week, 9 hours a day working. So you would be surprised that even sometimes getting 50 pages in a day can get difficult. And I primarily use Fable. Now, Fable has this feature where they maintain streaks. I think I am on my 16th day or like 17th day of streak, and something has flipped the switch in my brain. Now I don't want to break it. And committing to a page count seems to be the only option ahead of me. Like I last week it was all about time, how much time I can manage to read. And that was a bit more lenient option because like sometimes you just don't feel like reading a bunch of pages because you're tired. So even if you're reading for like an hour, you might not get like 20 pages or 10 pages. Honestly, it just depends on the novel you are reading as well. If it is a heavy, dense world building part of the novel, you will struggle to get into the story. But if it is a fast paced book, or like if you are well into the book, you can breeze through 50 pages like it's nobody's business. So this is going to be a challenge, mostly because I am almost finished with a problematic summer romance. I am pretty sure that I am. Just wait a second. Let me switch on my Kindle. I am 79% of the way through. Today, I started this book at chapter 26, which was page 246. Currently, I am at on chapter number 36 and which is page 333, so like well past the 50 page requirement, done for the day. Now I came up with the idea while I was reading at the office, so just like you have no footage for Monday. I'll record from tomorrow. Um, but yeah, so after I finish reading Problematic Summer Romance, the next book on my immediate TBR, decided by yet again Fable. Fable has this feature where whenever you go to your to like the books you wish to read in the future section, you can add a bunch of books there and they will pick one for you. So I've been sort of using that. So I read A Marvellous Light because of that. That was nice. Through this feature, I also decided the next book that I want to read, which was. Wait a second. Where is the book? Which is The Dutch House by Anne Patchett. So I will start this book this week. Tomorrow, maybe, if everything goes right with Problematic Summer Romance. I really want to finish it tonight because how long am I going to drag that one? Really like that book, but I also want to know the end of it. Then what book am I going to read next? Either it's going to be Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, or Deep, or Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood, or Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Yeah, as we established in the previous vlog, I have been on a Miss Hazelwood kick, journey, bender, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The goal of this challenge is to read 50 pages in a day. But if you go above and beyond that, that's fine. If I end up reading 100 pages for each and every single day I participate in, I am going to name the reading 100 pages for a day in a week, in a work week, or something like that. That won't happen. I know myself. I know how chaotic my schedule can be. Um, how there are times when I just feel so tired and I just want to rest and I just want to watch a YouTube video and not think of anything. So yeah, I'm taking the error of margin here with me. So like I want to succeed at this challenge. Okay, let's be honest. I need a win. So I have just set realistic goals. So hopefully we will read 50 pages in each day of the week. If I end up taking a leave on Saturday, I will wake up early. I will wake up at like 7 a.m. I will read like 300 pages, and that will make up for the days I did not read 50 pages in a day, because there will be days. I know myself. I know how tired my brain gets from this job. So yeah, but like also I read early in the morning, I read 40. Maybe it's not that big of a goal that I am putting on myself, but I don't know, man. Social experiments. At Well Read Witch, we welcome social experiments. That is all there is to it. How are you? How are the kids? How's your man? How's your life, babes? How are you? Oh no, wait, I have to also read evenings and weekends. So, like, I don't, if you are on booktube space and if you follow booktubers and if you do not know Jack Edwards, what are you doing? Like, which rock are you living under? I mean, like, there are different aspects to YouTube and how algorithms work. So, I don't know. Why was I being judgmental there? Anyway, Jack Edwards, he is a booktuber. He launched his book club, Inklings, and the book he has chosen for the first meeting month of Inklings is Evenings and Weekends. So I'm also excited. I'm also going to read that in this weekend, in this week, hopefully. We will try. We will see what is manageable, what is not. What I can guarantee for sure is the fact that I will definitely read Problematic Summer Romance, and I will definitely start The Dutch House. Can't say whether we will reach a point where I am actually reading evenings and weekends. But I would like to, ideally. If I get to like 20% of evenings and weekends by the end of this challenge, I would consider this challenge a success. Despite the fact that I've laid out very objective metrics here, if I do not meet the minimum requirements, this challenge would once again be a bust. But yeah, you just get, yeah, man, even in the first clip I'm contradicting myself. So anyway, if I reach like 20% of this book, I will be satisfied with this challenge. If not, well, then what can you do? You will make another challenge for the next week. Yeah. July has been kind to me. I've been feeling like reading again, so that is very, very nice. I like finishing books. I like being done with stories. I also like fanfics. I will not deny that allegation. But yeah, sometimes you just want to meet new people, meet new characters, and be done with your story. And that is it for this Monday part of the weekly vlog. Watch it be three speaking parts and random footage of my Kindle's percentages. No, wait, I won't do percentages now, na? Now I will try to do page numbers. So, wait, 246. I started on page number 246 today of Problematic Summer Romance. And now I'm on page 333, which makes 246, 50 plus 4. 50 plus 4, 54 plus 33, 7, 83 pages. That's not bad. I can actually do 100. Oh my god. I read 100 pages in a day. Wow, what a revelation to have on camera. I definitely did not think I was reading that much. Hello? What? This is fun. This is amazing. I am glad I chose this challenge because I've now realized that I am actually reading. Gonna give myself credit where credit is due. Wow. Who knew math was going to be useful someday? It's Wednesday, I'm reading evening and weekends, and I took a half day off from work because my head was hurting. And what an irony that, the day I was the most free, objectively, I have not read like the 50 pages required. I think I'm like I've read like 30 pages today. So, yeah. Also, I don't know, I don't have the energy to set up the camera and record like a proper segment. So, but I also wanted to acknowledge that I haven't read much today. So, this is what you get. Okay, bye. Hi, it's 10:08. I've read my required 50 pages for the day, and for the past few days, I've been averaging around 100 pages a day. Monday, I read 118 pages. On Tuesday, I read 129 pages. So, I want to read until like 10:30. 10:45 and see how much I can average out for today, because if I can read 100 pages in a day, ideally I would just like that and pretend that this video idea was always 100 pages a day, which is not going to happen because I'm really tired right now and I'm thinking of sleeping early and waking up like 2 hours earlier than I need to, like at 6 a.m. so I can get more reading done for tomorrow. But at the same time, I'm also tempted to stay up and read 50 more so I can just average 100 pages. The thing with evenings and weekends is that when you are reading it, it's actually very engaging. Like the way the story is structured, you move around a group of characters. Like after the first few chapters, like first or second chapters, we got introduced to so many people in conjunction with each other that I actually kept notes about who is related to whom and how are they moving around, and like who is whose mother and who is whose best friend and what is happening in each person's life. I'm not saying it was confusing, but it was a bit like overwhelming for me to keep track of all these things because the author sort of moved in a manner that everyone was related to everyone. So like say we start with character A. Character A's best friend is character B, and character B is in a relationship with character C, but character C's mother is going through something and character C's mother knows character A's mother. So like it was a bit of like, okay, who is what, let me draw a family chart sort of situation. So I did that, and once I did that, they stopped introducing new characters which I think was nice because, well, how many new characters can we, like, I think there are like 10 people we are following. Majorly we are following like I think 5 people and their storylines, but like in the beginning there was a lot of, in the past this happened with that character. So I got a bit overwhelmed at the prospect of following so many characters. So yeah, I'm like 37% of the way through. When I got home today, the plan was to finish this book and start the next Ali Hazelwood book, but I genuinely just could not bring myself to open the Kindle today. Like I came home, I changed into comfy clothes, and then I was just so tired, like so tired. I caught up on booktube a bit. I read a fanfic update today also, so that was something. I think I would have read like the 50 pages like earlier today had I not been invested in this fanfic that gets updated every second Wednesday. Like, you guys have no idea how insane the world of fanfic can be. Like I can't even explain it. I genuinely, this fic is so fucked up. Like so many things go wrong. Characters have been put through hell, and I tune in every Wednesday every second Wednesday to see what the author has concocted up. So this will go on for like a few more months because I think there are 7 chapters remaining. But yeah, very engaging. If there is one fanfic that I would read despite like not engaging in new fics or like despite not starting new fics, is this one. And I also talk about it with a friend, so like we get all our theories out, so that is fun. Yeah, I don't know what the point of this update is. No, wait, I know. The point of this update is I've read 50 pages. Now I'm confused whether I should do 100 pages now or like do 150 pages tomorrow. What to do? Yeah, I don't know. I'll see. I'll update you tomorrow what happened today. I'm tired. This is horrible framing, by the way. I am very much aware, but I can't be asked to do anything. I'm so tired. It is 11:30 at night. I have read 51% of the way through to evenings and weekends, and I have read exactly 100 pages today. And that should tell you how much of a completionist I am. So, yeah, I'm going to sleep now. Good night. Today is Friday. Life update is that my wrist hurts like anything. Like, I have never experienced this sort of pain before, this intensity of pain before. I think it is because of my job and how relentless typing is required. Someone in the family thinks that it's that plus a B12 deficiency. So, it's just like me being all over the place. The update is I almost failed the challenge yesterday, but I fought sleep and I persevered, and we are no longer doing the. I tried reading 100 pages in a day challenge thingy that I was hoping that I would be able to manage. We went out last night and I did not read in the break yesterday, like, the office break that I get. I also did not read in the morning. So, I genuinely, I think I either read like 50 pages or 52 pages, and that was it. Like I scraped by through the skin of my teeth. Is that the expression? I don't know. English is not my first language or second language. It's my third language. So yeah, I think it was like yesterday. I genuinely, I was like, I'll read 150 pages tomorrow. I can't do this today. I am going to sleep. This is unbearable. But then I put the audio version on, and I sort of persevered through 50 pages somehow, and the story got interesting a bit in between there. So yeah, the thing with evenings and weekends, I've realized, is once I start reading it, it's engaging, it's very dramatic. I want to know these people's lives very much so. Have I told you what the book is about? We are following a bunch of characters through a weekend where London is experiencing a heat wave essentially. Everybody knows everyone, and there is a whale stuck in Thames. So, yeah, that is the premise. That is how this book got sold to me, and that is how I'm selling this book to you. But the thing is, when I keep the book down, I am not excited to pick it up. I am not at all excited to pick it up. But once I actually start reading it, it's engaging. I like reading about these characters, but I'm not excited to go back into it. I am not as excited as I was like reading the problematic summer romance by Ali Hazelwood. Let's just say that I breezed through that book, and that is acceptable. I know that because we are dealing with a genre difference here. My brain should be, capable enough to realize that okay, this is a normal thing. But for some reason, it's just me missing, basically Miss Hazelwood's prose, I guess. Um, yeah. I'm also just reading it because of the Jack Edwards book club thing. If it was not that, I probably would have kept this book a back burner at this stage. But since I want to read it for that book club, I am sort of pushing myself to go through it all. Is my camera falling down once again? Is it? It's very minutely falling. Make do with I can't with this tripod. It was so expensive and it is still shit. I do not understand it. The next book I want to read right after this one. The next book I want to read after this one is another Ali Hazelwood. I would read The Dutch House by Anne Patchett, but my brain at this point, at this stage, can't take another literary fiction book. So I'm going to start that one after I finish Not in Love by Miss Hazelwood. Okay, today I started from page 231, if I am not wrong. It's either page 231 or page 236. Currently, I am at page 280, 284. So I think I am done for the 50 pages for the day, but I also just want to like be over with as far as this book is concerned. So I can just start Miss Hazelwood. I want to start Miss Hazelwood and finish Not in Love by before the weekend is over. Ideally, that would be really really nice. Also, I know that this vlog is a bit bare bones as far as B-roll footage is concerned. I have been forgetting to record stuff. Also, yeah, I've been forgetting to record stuff. Nothing much has happened either. So there's not much I can tell you. As far as my F1 addiction is concerned, because if you are new here, which many of you are new here, this channel exists because I got way too obsessed with F1 in 2022 to the point that it took over my life and all my hobbies, and that was the only thing I was focusing on. It took like a 2 weeks break, and this weekend is essentially a race weekend, and I am not excited for it. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not reading what everybody is saying about how the cars are set up and stuff. So that is nice, I guess. Like I've grown sort of indifferent towards it in these 2 weeks. I do not know what happened. I was talking with my F1 friends about this as well, but I just like something switched in my brain, and I am just done with this sport. Until and unless my guy wins, I just don't care anymore. Like, why am I putting myself through this misery? Also, I am reading books again, so that is like the main goal purpose of my life, to read more books. And the fact that F1 was sort of distracting me from it was a bit worrisome, but I also enjoyed that hobby. Okay, it's not that I did not enjoy that hobby, but it was an all encompassing hobby. Like there were always theories, there were always, oh, this could have happened in this manner, or this strategy could have worked out in a different way, and this team could have done that team could have done that. And there's also just a lot of content around F1 to consume as well. So, like, it's a fulfilling hobby if it is your only hobby, but it was also sort of getting to a point where I would just be miserable because, well, my team loves to be just amazing at fucking themselves over in 20 different ways. Uh, so, yeah, it was week after week of disappointment and disappointment and disappointment. And maybe I am just a glory hunter, man. I don't know. But yeah, not too excited. Like I checked the results and stuff, but I did not like made time for it as such, so to speak. I did not specifically stopped my life activities just so I can watch the race weekend this time around. So that is definitely something. Maybe something good will happen and I'll fall back in love again. I don't know, but like right now I just feel indifferent. So that is something to deal with. Like it's become more of a back burner hobby in like 3 weeks. Also, I know this is brilliant for me as far as reading is concerned. It was a 2 weeks break. Then this weekend, where when there's a race in Spa, Belgium, then there's another 3 weeks or 4 weeks of break. So it's just like, does this weekend even count? Only if my guy does right or best or whatever. Oh my god, are you seeing the state of my tripod? This is me standing up properly now. I was slowly making myself go down, 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 and like supporting myself through my bookshelves, and that is how I was maintaining myself in the frame. Okay, I'm gonna go read now, and I'll see you on Sunday or on Saturday whenever this challenge is done. So today is Sunday and it is around 11 or 10. It's 10:51 a.m. in the morning, and I am happy to announce that I have successfully uh, won at this challenge of reading 50 pages per day. Now, out of the 6 days I did this challenge, I think there were 2 days where I only barely passed the 50 page mark, and the rest of the days I was averaging 100. And the rest of the days I was averaging 100 pages per day. So that is really nice. I did not even know that I was reading 100 pages in a single day, despite my lack of time that I had. And so this was a fun challenge to actually realize that, you know what, I am actually reading. I don't give myself enough credit. But yeah, being able to find time, and then once I had this deadline of, okay, I need to at least read 50 pages, I was actively prioritizing reading over everything else in my life. So that was fun. Yesterday, I almost did not make it, and I was like, no, I'm not losing this challenge on the last fucking day at all. So we celebrated Teach. It's a welcome to the monsoon season sort of festival that's celebrated here. Uh, so we celebrated that in our office, and I was so tired. I was bone tired. Like once I came home and like I changed into my clothes, and I really wanted to do that. I wanted to record a segment where I would be saying that, you know what, I haven't read today. I've only read like 10 pages today. Let's just see how much I can read until the clock hits midnight. And I just did not have the energy to do that. So I knew I was going to have to do something today. So I did that. So here I am doing that. Um, Last night, even though I was reading Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood, and I am really excited to actually read Ruin Ellie's story. um the thing is I was just genuinely just tired yesterday. It had nothing to do with the book. Like I was struggling through the middle sections of Evenings and Weekends. Maybe it was because I was reading Evenings and Weekends in like such fragmented parts, and that book is, I think, meant to be read in like a single, or at maximum two sittings. Because once you read it, well, like once you actually pick it up and start reading it, the book is so addictive. But I just was struggling to pick up the book itself. Like I was not excited to go back, but once I was in there, it was really, really exciting. Like it was engaging. It would give us enough bits and pieces of the character's life that I would want to continue on, but then I would have to stop because either my break was over, or I had to leave for the office, or I had to just do something else, and or like sleep. So I think the way I was reading that book did not deserve that reading method. I think it was supposed to be read in a weekend, and like, you know, in a way that one is not pausing every few pages and picking it up every few hours. I don't think that would have been the right experience for that book, for that specific book, for that specific style of storytelling. Not in Love, so far, it's about scientists working in a firm, and that firm's loan has been reacquired by our male main character's company. So yeah, there is that. But the thing is that these two, before it got announced today, like in the books today, before it got announced today that the company where our female main character works is being sort of handed over, like the power of attorney of that company is sort of being handed over to the male main character's company. These two, they went out on a date last night, but they did not know each other. So far, that is the only thing that has happened. We are already getting illusions to the characters of problematic summer romance. So that is nice. I just want to see the way the female main character is set up, Rue. Is that she's very awkward. She comes off a bit standoffish, but that's just her awkwardness, and like that's her way of masking that people don't figure out that she is actually awkward rather than being a standoffish person. Our male main character, so far, I don't think he seems sort of protective, but when we are reading from his perspective, also it's a dual perspective book. When we are reading from his perspective, he is like, okay, I don't know why this is happening to me, but I'm not this sort of person around anyone else. So he's a bit confused at this point in the story. Yeah, I'm going to edit the vlog and post that. And I am going to see what I can do with Not in Love today. Because today is also the F1 race weekend and like F1 race Sunday. So I do not plan to spend my entire day worrying about the race. I think I'll be done with the editing by like 2:30 or 3:30 in the afternoon, and I want to read the book until 6:30 when the clock hits the time to like for the race start. Uh, and in the last speaking update, I said I was not as excited, but turns out it's just my team being shit. My guy, he pulled out a P3 out of nowhere, and now I am excited again. It's just the performance of my team not being at par. Anyway, if we can manage a podium, if Ferrari can manage a podium in Spa Francorchamps in like 2025, I will be very surprised because the race pace it's apparently not there. So yeah, let's see. I am just happy that we had a happy Saturday after who knows how long. Okay, yeah. That is it for this update. I finished the challenge. I succeeded at this challenge, which was not expected. And I think it was Thursday or Wednesday when I was really struggling. But I persevered, and here we are. I'm not going to be able to title this video trying to read 100 pages in a day and succeeding because I really wanted to do that. But like for 2 days, I just could not make myself do it. So I am a bit sad that that did not happen. But yeah, I am just happy that I finally now realize how much am I exactly reading in a work week because I don't think I give myself enough credit. Okay, the thing is, I even when I was not actively reading books, I was reading fan fiction. And the thing with fan fiction is you can't quantify them into pages where they are only available in the word count. So either I somehow find a place where I can hold both my books and my fan fiction EPUBs so I can have a generalized idea of how much am I exactly reading in a year or something. I think this would be a nice project for 2026 because like I'm not going to do that starting now. I could maintain an Excel sheet where I could count exactly how many pages I've read in a year. Daunting because like sometimes I just read like a 1K fanfic, so I don't know whether I'll be able to maintain it, but it seems like something a year long project that would be nice to have to do because like you get an insight into okay how much am I actually reading in a year, you know counting books or counting books pages, that's one thing, but how much story is going in this brain. That is something I would want to know. Not this year, maybe next year, because like what we are at the end of July now. So next time we will have a July reading wrap up. I am ashamed to say that I did not maintain the reading wrap up thing when I started this channel in January. I want to say, like, actively started working on it in January. I did my January reading wrap up and then I dipped. That was mostly because my reading dipped. I read like a single book in February and March. I think there were two, three. April, I didn't read anything. So yeah, it's been a bit all over the place. But July was consistent so far that I don't feel bad about recording a video talking about the books I read. I mean, it's not if you are going to expect like a full-time booktuber books read count. For me, that's not possible. As much as I would love to just like drop my job and read books for a living, that is not feasible yet, at least in this economy with my 81 subscribers. Hello, subscribers, I love you all so very much. I don't know where half of you came from, but please know that I appreciate your existence to the best of my abilities. Um, like I expressed this in the previous video as well, but like when I was stuck in the 60s, it got really, really hard to motivate myself to actually make content because it's like, what I am doing? I did not see any success for a while there. But yeah, it feels nice to know that we are slowly curating this community of well-read witches. So I'm really happy. Yes. Next up on Well-Read Witch, you will get my July reading wrap up. So yeah. Also, I know this vlog was probably just different. I don't think I have enough B-roll footage for this vlog because I was not at all recording stuff for this week. So the in-between life paths would be lesser than they were last week. So I'm sorry. But yeah, nothing much happened this time around. Now that I'm thinking, I could have recorded some bits yesterday when we were celebrating stuff at the office, but then there were other people there, and I don't know how much they would want to be on a YouTube channel. So, yeah, one of my colleagues did my henna yesterday. I also got a prize for wearing the best earrings or jhumka. So that was really, really nice. They were mine. They were not mine. They were not my jhumkas. They were from. They were not at all my jhumkas. They were borrowed stuff. And the person I borrowed it from, she was like, "Okay, now give me the cup." I was like, "Okay, here's yours." I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.